Welcome to the Black Mind Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Black Mind Podcast, episode 211. Joining me this week is Allan.
Sup, my bitches.
I thought you were going to say something else.
I know. They had us going there for the first half, but then we...
also joining me this week is Shane.
Hello, everyone.
Yes. We have a very interesting packed show. I played a lot of Devil May Cry this week. I can say that game is great.
God damn it, you motherfucker. All right. So we spent about 20 minutes waiting for
Josh.
Host number 3, Josh, the third wheel. And me and Jeff we're fairly certain we fell asleep, so we got Shane on. Like legit, Shane was our backup. We were like, no offense, Shane, you were the backup tonight. That's
fine.
But you so far you're so more reliable than Josh tonight. And so we texted Josh, we called him, we did all the things, and then we're like, yeah, no, he's asleep.
No, we didn't text him. We just called him. We
we skipped texting. And so he finally just texted us. There's like, yeah, I know, I'm still on my way home. And we were just like, God damn it.
Oh well.
Devil May Cry. Let's get back on topic. We'll talk until Josh gets here, and then we'll lambast him for 10 minutes.
Oh, you'll lambast him, and I'll sit there and I'll just be like, God damn it, Allan. Stop.
Yeah. Well, no. Initially, this was my mistake. Initially.
Yes. This is the way the podcast has gone. So Allan really is the one who caused this entire thing to go down.
I got initially it was asked which day we want to do, which day we're recording, tomorrow or Sunday. So tonight being Friday night, or tomorrow being Friday night, because it was Thursday when this question was asked. And I clarified, it's like tomorrow as in Friday evening. It's like, I'm good for Friday. I'm guessing 10 p.m. And it's like, yes. And I was like, okay. And then around 9 o'clock, I ended up having to do something that was going to delay my workout, which made I was going to be about 20 minutes late. Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to be 20 minutes late. Something came up on my end. Things need to finish. And then Josh at 10:12. I'm just finishing my run here in like a couple minutes. So like I sing the ping on my phone as I'm running. I'm like, oh, cool. All right. Gives me an extra couple minutes just to settle down after my run. And now we started 20 minutes late. Waiting for him. He has betrayed us.
Okay. So Devil May Cry is a very good game that I got to sit here and say I understand where Rory is coming from. I understand where all of the praise I've heard of it.
Have you never played Devil May Cry before?
No, I've never played Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, I've never played Devil May Cry 5 either.
Yeah. But the things I've heard about it are like everybody's like, oh my god, this game's so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. And it's like they proceed to be like it's so much worth, it's so much money, it's so good. It's like, okay, fine, whatever, don't care.
Yeah.
Not gonna sit here and like defend it when I haven't played it. Now it's like, oh, I actually understand what you guys are saying.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I played it at a friend's place like a couple weeks ago, and I fucking loved it. Oh man, I'm actually prepared to buy it next paycheck.
Yeah, so like I got up to the point where you're like playing as V actively, and it's like, man, V seems really easy.
V looks like Adam Driver with AIDS.
Yes. But like literally, like you literally just mash on the Y button or the X button. You do whatever you need to do. and then you literally just teleport in and kill the guy in like 20 seconds. So you're away from all the fighting, so you don't have to dodge.
Yeah.
It's actually offensive. So like, and then like Nero is so much better just to play because you're just like, oh, like it's just weird because you're like,
he's a slow mechanical character. And
a little bit.
He's still quick, but he's like, as a character in general, he's actually fairly slow. Like,
if you were going to sit there and tell me that, like, I would agree. I would say yes, but I would also sit there and say that, like, it feels as if, like, when you're playing him, it's like, okay, you actually have to, like, be on your shit. You actually have to perform combos.
yeah,
You actually have to know what, like, arm you have attached in order to use it. And it really does feel like one of those games where it's like, every single time I pick it up, I always kind of like what I'm doing, and I feel engaged.
Yeah, which is the correct way to a game should be. It should be engaging you. And if, like, I play Hearts of Iron. I love Hearts of Iron. For me, that's an engaging game because I have to think long term. I have to, like, plan my actions, coordinate around attacks, and how, like, that's for me, that's engaging. But I know for people that's boring. But, like, engaging games for each person is a little bit different. I know Roy prefers action games, and he likes some of his strategies, like Fire Emblem. And that is not a bad thing. It's actually like Devil May Cry is one of those action games that got me really engaged. Fucking mad.
Yeah, well, like
I should probably buy it.
Yeah, it's not even like you're playing. It's not even like it's how should I say this? It's not even like you're like bashing your head against a wall. It's like you get up to a certain point and then you cross the mountain and you're just like, huh.
Yep.
I understand. I understand how this works. I understand how the game functions. I understand what
you haven't got to that Zen moment though yet.
The Zen moment.
Yeah.
Where you just slide in, where you just everything that you do just flows. There's like, because Devil May Cry has like, it's very easy to get to the Zen moment in the game where you just flow. There's no, you're like, your mistakes come up, but you flow through them. You don't like swear, you don't curse, you go, you keep, and you just keep moving. And it's just like, you go for like a solid like 10 minutes of just being in the flow. And that's what I've noticed, like, that's, in my opinion, good game design. It's where, like, when the game enables you to get into the flow very well, where it's just that,
so like,
it's that Zen moment where just, like, everything flows.
So maybe it's just me, but, like, every single time I pick up that game, it's like I always want to try to be better.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so, like, when I was playing it, when I was, like, redoing a level, I got a D in, which I have to do again, to be honest. Because, like, I died 8 times on this stupid level because I'm a fucking idiot. But I was like, oh well, whatever, fucking stupid bullshit, fuck, cock, motherfucker. And then while I'm playing the game and stuff like that, on the second time around, I was just like, okay, I know what enemy's going to be here, so I know what I have to do, and I'm just going to do it. And I honestly, like, it felt like I was sitting there and I was just like completely dead silent. And it was really, like, quick and easy. And I finished what I needed to do, and I just felt like 10 times better. And that's kind of what you're talking about, right? It's like you just, like, do what you have to do, and then you finish it. Yeah.
It's like every time you press a button, because there's sometimes in, like, every single game I play, there's sometimes where it's like the game almost feels unresponsive, even though you know it's not. But, like, you're just having an off time. You're, like, learning a level or you're learning a fight. And then there's, like, different times, because I get this a lot when I play Final Fantasy, is that, like, you feel every button just flows so well.
Yeah.
And, like, you press it, and it seamlessly goes into the next action, and you know exactly where to move.
One game that's really good for that, for me, was Space Marine.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was a game that I loved. That was my Zen game where I just fucking just got
Mine,
into
I think the first time I, like, felt that, I think it was God of War 3 on the PS3. That game was so good.
The first game that made me feel like that was actually probably Smash Bros. Melee.
Actually, I completely understand why. that is not at all wrong for a lot of reasons, because Smash Bros is a game that Smash Bros is again another game that you can get really sent into. It has moments where like the game doesn't catch. And but that's actually part of its charm, where it's just like the controls for some reason don't click. Nobody knows why. Like even pro gamers are like, "What the fuck just happened?"
So like, okay, I remember this moment.
Even the designers are like, "What the fuck just happened there? Why didn't it respond?"
So I remember this moment very clearly in my head, where my sister was playing Bowser and I was playing Fox, and every single time she would turn to attack me, I would just dash through her.
Yeah.
And like I did this 18 times, and then eventually I just had enough, and I was just like, okay, fuck it, and then just like murdered her in like 20 seconds. And I just remember that like so vividly in my mind that it's like ingrained in my brain. Like I don't even think.
Go ahead.
I don't think I could even do that again if I tried.
Yeah.
That happened the other day. Actually, I was doing Canada Day because we were gonna go see the fireworks. And we're like, oh, we'll play some Smash while we wait. And we only had 2 controllers. And it was the 2 Joy-Con controllers.
Oh,
and so
God.
there's like it's those tiny little controllers. And so I'm like, I haven't played Smash since it came out because I don't own it. And my brother does, so I play whenever like I'm with him. And so I'm at my buddy's house. Immediately I pick up the controller. Immediately I just insta-lock Ganondorf.
Yeah.
And I just go to fucking Slam Town. And after the game like ends, it's like a new challenger has appeared, and it's Olimar. And I just body Olimar for like 30 seconds straight, and he's hanging off the edge, and I'm standing kind of like halfway up the platform, and I literally like I look at Paige, I wait 2 seconds, I like start charging a Warlock punch, and he's nowhere near me. By the time I start charging it, he rolls up towards me, perfect timing. I punch him in the face and win the match. And I was like, that's amazing.
The read.
Yeah, it's like I can't think of games where I like. How should I say it? I can't think of like really like any game other than Doom and Dusk that has made me go like, oh my fucking god. Like, I know what to do. I'm gonna do it, and like.
Oh,
I don't know if that's.
It's absolutely like great to watch it happen. Like,
yeah.
Rory gets really easy into what's it called? Into Smash. Like he slides stupidly easily into Smash.
Yeah.
And it's not like he has like a third sense for it. But that's also because he played so much. But when he slides in, he's just like fucking solid. But like he apparently he has trouble reading me at times, where it's just like I'm gonna do the thing and I do something weird. He's like, "What? Nani?
What's going on?"
And there's like apparently I'm the oddball for everybody in my group, because like I don't play well. I play terrible. I play Little Mac. I love Little Mac. Little Mac is my main.
I love Little Mac.
Oh, Little Mac is my main, even though
you can slide into Little Mac so perfectly.
Oh yeah, and the thing is back when I initially started playing them, all I ever did was side B because I didn't know the controls. Now I know them, and I'm starting to practice like up A, side A, down B, tap A, and I'm gonna grab you and then tap A for a minute because you're not getting out of this grip. And it's mostly like really fun to just like enjoy and watch. Like people when like a good example is Stefan. Stefan plays DDD. And it's just fucking funny to watch him because he's just like, yeah, no, I know how to play DDD. And it's just like I don't know what it is with him. He just like, he seems to just like be just stupid good with him. And to the point where I'm like, it's not even fair at times.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
So
do
yeah.
we want to talk about the political thing that happened last week? And
Yeah. You know what, Alan? I got a confession I gotta make.
Okay. So,
Okay, so
as we all know,
no. Let me start, Alan. I need to get this off my chest.
I'm gonna set the stage before you rant.
Okay,
Give me a second.
I'm not gonna rant, man.
As we know, on Saturday and Sunday, there were a pair of shootings down in the States. El Paso, Texas, and Daytona, Iowa. The first one was actually committed by a white supremacist. Shock, R, News at 11. And the other one was committed by a radical leftist. That's the way I have to put it because I don't know what his affiliations 100% are, but we know he was extremely far left, horrifying. And of course, this brings up the topics of gun violence, madness, all that fun jazz. But for the most part, we were discuss. It's mostly quick discussion back and forth of, well, what do you want to do with the guns? Guns need to be removed, even though guns are the problem. Guns are the problem. Guns aren't. This is white supremacy. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Why? It legit would continue to become a major it spiraled out of control down again, as it does every time. People say that this is not a problem, that it's Trump's fault because Trump caused this, and it's no, he really didn't. And it's all these things. But I saw a post, and I'm going to describe this post after Jeff does his little thing here in a moment. That kind of did a real quick summary of what's going on.
Okay.
And I kind of agree with it. Go, Jeff.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say that since video games are now determined to cause violence, and the simple video game such as Animal Crossing has been determined by the President of the United States to cause violence,
we are just
I actively play Doom, I have decided that I'm going to become the worst bastard on the planet Earth and start World War #3, and I am going to do my own style of how should I say it? Cleansing, per se.
Sweep clean the slate. Cleanse the
I am going to murder everyone, including myself.
Start there and then move outwards.
No, we have to do it the other way around.
Yeah. Anyways. Oh, man.
But seriously, it is basically the same fucking content that you're saying they're saying when you say that. It's no, it's not true. If you want to sit there and you want to say to me point blank, well, I think that video games desensitize people, and I think that they fetishize guns a little bit. Sure, okay, that's fine. But don't sit there and give me bullshit of they're the reason why they're the school shootings.
They're not.
Or they're the reason. Yeah. This has been determined hundreds of times.
Remember when Jeffrey Dahmer played Farming Simulator and then slaughtered his parents?
Right?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Remember when the Columbine kids did the thing?
They played bowling. And
they blamed... Yeah, why isn't bowling, the main cause of violence?
Well, because it's not. So... Of course. Can we talk about the 4chan post?
Yeah.
And this guy's this guy started I think Shane already seen it, I suspect.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Where it's it's like an essay, and the guy breaks down well, what's going on? Can't be. Guns can't be the problem because they've been around for so long, and they were been around for so long before Columbine happened. So we start from Columbine and go forward. So what's going on there? Well, we can clearly see that these two boys were disenfranchised in such a way that it wasn't normal. And he starts to go forward, and you're starting to see it's starting to spiral so far out of control because nobody's talking to boys and giving them these young boys who seem to be just lost and giving them a direction. And I'm sitting there and I'm just I'm reading it and I'm just I can totally get behind this. And a Guardian posted a good thing today, and I'm gonna link it here in chat real quick, because it came out of fucking nowhere. But read the title just alone. It's the one thing that I'm actually surprised by.
Is this written by Jordan Peterson?
No, it's written by some lady called Iman Amarani. I don't know how to pronounce her a lot of the young men, and the top quote line is, but it looks like the thing is, it even says like Jordan Peterson is actually like in the first sentence too. By the way,
Yeah, it's the first name that gets dropped is Peterson.
It's a lot of young men seem to be lost and disenfranchised, but only the likes of Jordan Peterson are engaging with them. And it's like, yeah, because Jordan Peterson sees what's going on. He's a practicing psychologist. That should
Understands
be like
it,
a
yeah.
massive red flag when a practicing psychologist
Is reaching out, yeah.
is going out of his way to not just get like he's like there's like he actually like after the like right after like Donald Trump, that first shooting after Donald Trump got elected, he posted the video where all he did is just read the chapter from his book, where he talks about like what shooters are, and that's the thing is shooters often are so just lost in the world, so disenfranchised, just they see no other purpose with themselves and with the world, that they consider it so vile, so evil, so wrong that they have to take it, that they have to destroy everything that's good in the world. And that's the reason why you see them target schools, mosques, churches. Like, you never see them go after police stations. You never see them go after fire halls. You never see them go after...
No, you see them specifically go after areas in order to inflict as much damage as they can.
Yeah. Well, you can cause a lot of damage by attacking a police station because, believe it or not, the police aren't 100% prepared for being attacked at their own station. I hate to break it.
Yeah, but like what I mean by that is like...
They want to cause the most abject horror and pain and suffering so that the world at least understands something that they were going through before they like, it's the idea of a blaze of glory. This is my final purpose. And because the world is so wrong, because it has wronged me in so many ways, I will show the vengeance on the most innocent individuals because they are not clean to me. And that's what this disenfranchisement is doing. It's like this disgusting root in the back of like a young man's head. It takes root, begins to just creep forward. Best way to get rid of it is to disengage them, give them something, give them purpose. Go out and say like, hey, yeah, no, like I would actually even say like, hey, yeah, as you know, Jeff knows, as Shane knows, I'm enlisting in the military because I want something to do with my life. I want to take responsibility. I want to take weight on myself. I want to do something for society.
Well, and like,
I don't mean like don't do that. You don't have to do that because that might be a bad life choice. Because,
but like, here's my thing, and this is just my point. I don't think that I don't want to sit here and say that it's really bad that like these people are dying and stuff like that. I don't want to sit here and say that like what is going on and stuff like that is because of disenfranchisement and stuff like that, because I honestly don't know the answer. But what I do want to sit here and say is that it just seems as if like this cycle is speeding up. It doesn't feel as if it's slowing down. It doesn't feel like we're going in a positive direction, specifically in the States. And I cannot stress that enough. But like what I mean by like when I started my comment earlier and stuff like that, the reason why I said that was because I felt as if that like, okay, this is another attack against a medium that is literally going to be baseless in the assault. I mean, we all play video games here. We all understand them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, I think that also the other thing is that like, it's when everyone is sitting there and just constantly berating you because of stuff that you cannot control.
Everything in the world is wrong, and you are the cause.
Everything in the world is wrong, and maybe I'm the fault of it. It's my mistake and stuff like that. Everything is my fault. So fuck you. I'm taking you out with me. That's what people are doing, right?
Yep.
And like, it's either you look in the mirror and you change yourself to become the better person, or you don't. And I think that the problem is I think a lot of the people who are doing this are looking in the mirror and they're saying, no, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to stand down while they're kicking me down. I'm just going to snap and fight back. And like I also think that like it's something where like you need to talk to these people. You're right by that. But I also think that like we need to sit there and we need to learn that it's okay in order to be different.
Well, it's not even that. It's that we need to give young men, young lads, young boys.
We need to give these people purpose. That's what you're saying.
No, it's not even that. It's they need, like, as Jordan Peterson puts it, actually, like Jordan Peterson actually, like I'm going to quote him for a bit here, is that if you you can make somebody take a burden, and they're going to hate it for themselves. And that's what's being done right now. It's the burden of white guilt, burden of you're a racist, the burden of you're a sexist, you're a burden of transphobe. These are things that are being forced on them. And that's a destructive thing to do. Like, you don't want to force that kind of weight on them. But when you take someone and you give them the choice of what kind of burden they want, like, as I said, for me, the burden is going to be military service. That is my burden to bear. I want to do it, and I want to carry it.
Yeah, and nobody's sitting there saying don't. And like that's the thing, right? It's like I think that part of the problem is that that we're so desensitized to this.
What do they do? You can't, like, I can't effectively choose my like these boys can't really effectively choose what they're doing with their lives. Like,
no, and like I'm not sitting there saying that like they're not being. What I'm sitting here saying, Alan, and what I'm trying to sit here and say is like I'm saying that like it's not just their burden. It's not the problem. The problem is that like you're getting beaten over the head over something over something that you cannot control. And it's quite frankly, like really at the end of the day, we should call it what it is. And if Jordan Peterson is 100% right in this scenario, yes, we should be reaching out to these people. Maybe that would fucking solve a lot of the more problems than just like screaming at the top of our lungs, something that we're incapable of actually fucking doing right now, because as soon as we try to solve a problem, we have to solve this small little thing that affects maybe 5% of the population. Okay? It's quite frustrating because like the inability of us in order to sit there and admit that there is a problem here. Yeah. And that there is a problem and that we can solve the problem is astronomical, because every single time we always have the same debate of well, guns kill people. Well, no, people kill people with guns. It's like, I don't care anymore. Just solve it. Just run a study and figure out what's causing this. Please. Like, don't blame games. Don't blame
Marilyn
music.
Manson really solved this in 2000 back in Columbine when everyone knows it because Michael Moore asked him, what would you say to the kids of Columbine? And Marilyn Manson said, I'd say nothing. I'd listen to them because nobody else did. And 20 years have passed. Nothing's changed.
No, because like you want to know the fact of the matter is that like nobody actually cares about what the victims actually say. To them, it's just another story. It's just another headline. It's just something that they sit there and they just fucking do because they're fucking like retarded. It's just a paycheck.
Yeah. But I think we're starting to ramble and get angry because
but like it's just like enough's enough, guys. Like like figure out something. Like, if that means that you don't attack white guys for, like, 24 hours, okay, maybe try it. If that means that maybe instead of running a video, like, about how this is everything we know about the shooter, and this is how the shooter did everything, and this is his angle, and this is his angle of attack, maybe don't do that. Like, it's just insulting at this point. Anyways... Alan's right. We're kind of getting pissed off and stuff like that.
We're rambling back. We're backtracking in ourselves.
Well, I am.
Well, I mean, if you want to make a point, Shane, go for it.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I did think so.
Yeah.
Beep boop.
Josh,
We're back.
Josh has joined us at long last.
Beep boop. We'll just type into the their internet server here, and I'm back. I'm back. And hey, guess what? I played a video game this week.
Oh no.
Nice.
Yes, it makes me happy. I play a video game.
Mm-hmm.
There's
dope.
one video game I had on my list for the longest time, and I was, and this is a game that one of us freaked out about. I forget who. It's Redeemer.
Yes, we talked about this.
Yes, we talked about this, and I pointed it out, and it's like, yeah, this game is real, and and one of us is like, wait, it's real? I'm like, yeah, it is.
This was the game that made Allan explode.
Yep.
This was me.
I was like, dude, this is like, he's never connected the dots that was actually a real game, which is kind of funny.
It made me laugh my ass off when
Me
Allan
too.
did that.
Me too. The fuck? It's real? The hell?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I actually looked it up too.
Yeah,
It's
the only gripe I have about the game is that it's one of those lower budget games that it's janky, and it's a little bit, and it's like you can kind of see like the fringes around the edges, because like I've been playing so many like different type of indie games that have still a lot of polish to them, to the point of like, oh, don't even notice like these fringy little bullshitty things around the fringe corners of these games, because usually if you see that, that's kind of part of the concept of what the game is. But with Redeemer, because it's so similar to like Hotline Miami, and also is there another similarity? I don't know.
Ruiner.
Yeah, Ruiner, but actually that's another good close similarity. It's that like you start playing it and you start doing stuff, and you start doing start punching people because you're a monk, and you're a monk with a bad past, because you used to be a gangster. No, a military guy? I think it's a military guy. And you're like, nah, I'm fucking over this shit of killing people. I am not going back to that again. So he went to run far away as far as he could to a remote area of Asia where there's a temple. And this only way to get into this temple was you just knew what's there in the first place. And it's only been passed around word of mouth of where this temple was. So to him to just figure out where it was in the first place is impressive. So he is in this temple for years, like years and years and years, like to the point of like he has the longest flowing beard possible, and he has it like tied up and shit. And then his old military crew crashes his monk this monk palace place, and they're killing absolutely everyone and trying to find quote unquote perfect people to use for something. I haven't got that far in because I only got like an hour into the game.
I actually need to install that and play that. I'm going to try and do it over this weekend so I can actually relax for a bit. But,
yeah, like I mean, I went as far as until like the tile set changed.
Oh yeah.
So like so that's like level 2, I guess. And level 2 is like looking like a laboratory. So I'm like, oh, that's some hard like story turn right there. That's usually like 2/3 of the way of the game, and this is like the second level you go to. So I'm like, okay then.
Yeah.
And so far like the game's very Ruiner, and it's very what was the other one I was talking about? Frickin' whatever. Anyway, it's very Ruiner, except you have execution. You have both execution kills and also stealth kills, which I might kind of great. And also there's a leveling system that you can increase your perks on. Increase perks on your punching, your guns you can collect, the weapons you can pick up. here's a big gripe about the main mechanic of this. In Redeemer, it's very clear that, hey, you have a skill point, you can dump it in this. How many points is it? Oh, it's exactly 2. Perfect. Dump it in that. You can use it right now. Or it's maybe ability you have to tap shift or something, and it tells you, you know exactly what you need to do. In Redeemer, nope. That doesn't freaking happen. You collect these points like throughout the levels. Sometimes they're a little hidden, sometimes they're not. You collect them, and the game tells you, hey, you can use these points in the talent tree. Oh, cool. You hit the button to go to the talent tree, and you start going through the list, and you're like, what can I use? Is anything like litten up or tells me that I can use it? Well, let's click on all these buttons. I can't do anything with them. Okay, let's go to the next button and click on these several buttons. No, nothing. Okay, let's do the next one. Like, it's just little. Could you use more polish in that area of like telling you where the perk is and what you could use? Because man, I am pretty sure I have points in something that I could be using, but I don't know where it is.
Do you want to use it, Josh? That's another question.
You want to, because it turns out the only way you get health back in this game is doing executions or stealth kills. Which at first you go, oh, that's cool. You know, makes you want to do the stealth kills and also doing the executions. But it kind of comes down to a point of, oh, these guys are like really tough. Oh, my punches don't do that much damage. Oh, these guys are like swarming me repeatedly all the time. So you're like, I kind of wish I had more at my disposal here. And I only started on medium too. I kind of wonder what easy is going to be, or even hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those games of like, man, I wish it was like, it looks good. Story's competent. I just kind of wish I had like another 3 months in the oven for at least the gameplay. I'm not sure what I'm sure it's a small team and maybe they couldn't do that, but it's like, man, if I could just throw money at something, there would be this to give it more time in the oven. Because I'm like, it just feels like at certain points that is like, it's a little bit unnecessarily hard here, unless I'm forgetting to hit a button or do a certain combo or something. That could be it. That's probably it.
Yeah, most likely it's it.
Yeah. Or, and another thing is like, when you can pick up several different weapons and several different guns, I find that the gun, like you can pick up shotguns too, and that can clear out a room, but you only get so much rounds in each guns. And the shotgun, they must have did a bare minimum play test and figure out the shotguns were broken because they only give you 3 rounds per shotgun, no matter what shotgun it is. So
in other words, the game actually has a balance behind it.
Yeah, it does have some balance, but here's the thing. I feel the enemies are so tough that I wish every freaking shotgun just had an extra bullet in it. Like, every freaking one. Because it's like, you shoot at them, and you think they go down, and they sometimes get back up again, and you go, well, fuck. I guess I have to go in there and try to punch the shit out of them.
Yep.
Or swing this really slow axe I shouldn't have picked up in the first place, but it's an axe. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of neat when you kill them with an axe. Yep. And and another thing I want to say is that there's also custom kills depending on what scenery you're at. So it's like there's a spike, so there's a spike on the wall, and there's a dude close by. You hit the execution button, freaking throws a guy on the spikes. There's a door, like a wall you can smash him through. There's benches you can power bomb him into, which is actually pretty sweet. I always try to find a bench so I can just keep power bombing people into the bench. I'm like, fuck it, you're through a table, bitch.
You're going through a door. You're going through a wall.
You're going through a door.
I'm going to put you on the table. Oh, what do you mean by on the table?
And I found a ladder that was just behind a curtain. Let's do this.
Yeah. I'm going to hurt you now. That is exactly what that is too. I found this ladder. I'm gonna hurt you now.
I'm gonna put it around my head, and then I'm gonna swing around circles, and everyone's just gonna fly into the ladder for no reason, for effect, and just fly off.
Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, that doesn't happen in the game, although I don't know, but I wish it does. I wish it did.
Well, you'll find out.
I'll find out.
Is there anything else? 'Cause I want to get Shane talking. 'Cause Shane hasn't talked that much.
I don't know. Does Shane play a video game? What video game you play?
I've mostly been doing the same thing I've been doing for 6 months.
Johnny
straight.
on the spot, go.
But am I muted? No, I'm not. muted.
No, you're
No,
on the
you're
spot.
not.
We can hear you. I'm just.
But last night, I was like, I just got on the podcast, absolute last second, and I was like halfway through my dungeon, and Jeff was talking about Devil May Cry, and I was like, man, what do I even have to talk about today? Of course, the one thing I've been thinking about, literally since midnight tonight, or this morning, I guess. Every minute of this day, I've been thinking about exactly one thing. And Josh may know what I'm talking about.
Fucking two girls at once?
Twitter. No.
Well,
Even
maybe,
better.
But what are you thinking though?
Fucking twins?
So today marks the day of recording, August 9th, the year of our Lord, 2019. Marks the release of the 6th studio album by the American nu metal band Slipknot.
Ooh.
And I've been listening to it. It's pretty good. There's a few songs that I obviously, just like every album, there's a couple songs I'm really not into. But all in all, it's a pretty solid album. And this morning when I was about to go to bed last night, it was like midnight, and I was tired, and I wanted to wake up early to do a bunch of things before I went to work for the whole afternoon, because I didn't get home until about 10:30 tonight. I was lying in bed, I was just about to go to sleep, and I looked at my phone, and then it was like new music for you, and it's We Are Not Your Kind by Slipknot. I was like, oh, it's out right now, I'm going to sit in bed, and I was up till like 1 in the morning listening to it. And today, before I went to work, I made a playlist on Spotify just called Slipknot Favorites.
Oh boy.
And it's all the songs I used to listen to throughout junior high. Of Slipknot.
Yeah.
Now, I posted this thing on my Twitter, and I'm gonna bring it up right now because I don't want to trip over my own words. But I said, essentially, real talk, Slipknot played a pretty decent role in my formative years. It really shaped my personality as it is now. It has a very heavy, aggressive, don't give a fuck attitude.
Yeah.
Which is what attracted me to metal in the first place. And I heard...
As it does with every person, apparently.
Yes. Now, there's a few things to note about Slipknot, because I don't think I've really gone too in-depth on this strange topic on this podcast.
You've done a couple times, but never super deep.
No.
Slipknot in particular, there's a few things to note about it. I've talked about Slipknot's history, how it was signed up in 97, and they've been going on for 22 years now.
Yeah.
And I don't have the Wikipedia page open in front of me, but there's a bunch of band members of Slipknot that aren't with the band anymore. The original drummer, Joey Jordenson's not with the band. The original bassist, Paul Gray, passed away in 2009. But for sure, Corey Taylor, Clown, Sid Wilson, and Mick Thompson, they've been with the band since its beginning in 1997. So 22 years have passed. Corey Taylor himself is 45 years old. And so he's getting pretty up there. And with this incredibly aggressive vocals that he puts out 8 times a week, this very well be the last Slipknot album. Because I can't see them going
any further.
Yeah. But this album, it's very... A lot of people use this term. It's very back to their roots.
Mm-hmm.
Because particularly Sid Wilson, who does the record scratches, and he plays the turntables for Slipknot, he has something to do.
Yeah.
Because their last 2 albums basically didn't feature any of that. And so in concerts, he used to play turntables before 2004. After 2004, he just walks around the audience with a bat hitting people.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, he does that.
I like how all of us paused and we're like, wait, what?
Yeah, that doesn't make
Yeah.
sense, man.
God bless. But yeah, so it's really crazy to think that like I'm listening to possibly the last Slipknot album ever, because they really left behind a legacy, whether people wanted them to or not.
I think everybody wanted them to leave it behind a legacy, but I don't think it's a legacy like a lot of people want.
Yeah,
No.
That's how I would put it.
yeah, and it was a very. I found it at a very I discovered Slipknot at a very strange point in my life. I was 14. I was at like peak angst.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone
and
is at that point.
As everyone was, and specifically 2008 and 2009 were not great years for me. Because a bunch of my friends were like ditching me to do other things, and I was a fat and lazy kid, and I wasn't very active. And so I got left behind a lot, and so I started listening to Slipknot, and coincidentally, the 2008 album All Hope Is Gone came out that year.
Edge.
Yeah. So I listened to a lot of All Hope Is Gone, even though I think a lot of people say that's their like one of their weakest albums.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like, this is what's really strange, but a lot of people really like Iowa. And Iowa is the name of their second album. And I don't know if you guys listen to Slipknot ever.
Not really.
Sometimes whenever you post it.
But some of my favorite tunes from Iowa include, but are not limited to, People Equal Shit, I Am Hated, New Abortion, and the Heretic Anthem. It's just a grotesque, like, wicked album, and they took a lot of risks with this album, and a lot of like Slipknot fans like love it, but it turns off a lot of people who are kind of new to it.
Mm-hmm.
And this new album I was listening to, like, its singles, and I was thinking to myself, it's kind of samey. They're playing it kind of safe. They don't want to risk a 6 for an 8, so they're just kind of aiming for a 7. But then I listened to the album in its whole, and it's very like early 2000s Slipknot. Yeah. But I was like, I made this playlist on Spotify of all my old Slipknot favorites and all the new songs from the new album, and it's really like, it's really strange listening to it as a whole, because this is most likely all of it. And it was very
More than likely.
Yeah, and it was very bittersweet listening to one of my favorite bands like ending it. But I'm pretty happy with the new album.
Yeah. I can totally believe that. Actually, with the Sabaton, what happened with the last album? See how they named it, the Last Stand album, and so the tour's name was The Last Tour.
Right.
So a lot of people were like, "Are you guys done? Are you guys not making things?" Like, a lot of people weren't they weren't upset, because it was like they went out like a really good album. Like, a lot of people really love The Last Stand, and then they came out with The Great War. And I'm gonna say, like, even though I love The Great War, I do think it's one of their weaker albums, just because it's kind of the shorter one. Because I think it's only like 40 minutes long.
Yeah, so it's more like it's more like an EP.
Yeah, but they also released a single this past summer, which is Bismarck. Which, if you put that on, puts it up to like, it's either 40 minutes or 46 minutes without Bismarck, and then with it makes it about 50. So it's not bad. But
okay,
like, for me, it's like, wow, this is a really cool thing. So we do know, okay. And they've even said, it's like, no, we're not done. We're just kind of like, we wanted to get this out because we wanted to, like, didn't want to leave you guys with like 2-year gap, or like more than 2-year gap in albums. Because I think Last Stand came out in 2017.
Something like that, yeah. A similar thing, well, not similar, I guess it's kind of similar. Recently, I'm sure a lot of people know this.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this band that some people might have heard of called Tool.
Yeah, and Tool released a new album, didn't
Holy
they?
shit!
Tool's putting out a new album at the end of August. And to celebrate that, every single Tool song ever has been added to Spotify, which it never was for years. And I had never really listened to Tool. I listened to maybe 2 Tool songs in my life. And so I was like, okay, everyone talks about how fucking fantastic Tool is. And so I'm going to listen to all of Tool's discography over the course of the day. And so, like, my day started, I woke up, I started listening, or no, like, I made this playlist. It was every Tool song. I started listening to it. I listened to the album 10,000 Days, which is their most recent album.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, I had a headache. So
That sounds about accurate.
yeah, so the next day I was listening to Lateralis, which is a slightly better album in my opinion. But I really dig their old stuff.
Careful who you say that to.
Yeah, I know. But I do like, I'm not really big into like the atmospheric, the ambient style. It's something, my entire like summary of Tool is no thanks, I don't smoke. But yeah, I listen to. I have a friend who fucking loves Tool. It's like his favorite band of all time, and he keeps in every single Discord he keeps pinging people, where he's like, "Yo, new Tool is out," and some guy sent him this scathing message that just says, he just said. He was like, at everyone, Fear Inoculum by Tool is out, their new single from their new album. And this guy in Discord, he's like, Tool is just Pink Floyd for millennials, faggot. You're not special. Get off your high horse. Your music does not make you of higher intellect because it's complex. Now, that's a little far, but I will say I wouldn't consider myself a fan of Tool for the same reason I wouldn't consider myself a fan of Pink Floyd. Because it's very atmospheric and ambient, and you kind of need to be on shrooms to enjoy it to its fullest extent. But there was a lot of people posting things. I saw a story that was being shared around on Facebook about this guy who's a tattoo artist now, and he said when 10,000 Days first came out in 2006, he was working a part-time job at Walmart. And he was like, fuck it, I put the CD in my pocket, I went to my car, and I listened to all of 10,000 Days in one sitting. And he got out of his car, walked up to his boss, and quit his job. And now he runs a tattoo shop, and he's super busy, and he's extremely happy. So, Tool has this incredible power over people, which is nice to see, but it's not my music. I really like. I have a few Tool songs, like "Sober" is a good song, "Schism," "Stinkfoot's" pretty good, and there's one or two songs from 10,000 Days that's pretty decent. But people are going fucking bananas over Tool. Like there was an ad in Times Square. I was like, Tool now on Spotify. Very strange.
Would you say Tool is like the Beatles of heavy metal, almost?
No, I would say they're more of the Pink Floyd.
Or I would say Pink Floyd. What would be the Beatles of metal? Would it just be Metallica?
Maybe. A lot of people. A lot of people don't like Metallica's like later albums.
Yeah.
I would say like just based off of the public consensus of like the best metal bands in the world, maybe Slayer would be the Beatles of metal. I'm not a big Slayer fan either. I'm just not a big thrash fan.
Yeah, it seems like thrash seems for some reason just gets a hold of a lot of people. Maybe it's the most aggressive.
it's aggressive. It's got that like garage sound, especially like bands like early Metallica and Death and Exodus. It sounds like there was one mic, it's in a metal bucket, and it got kicked down the street and ended up on the dark side of Jupiter, and then they started recording it.
All right, guys, the mic is hooked up. Good thing we got that several kilometers of mic.
Yeah, the mic is hooked up, and everyone's like, "Is it?" I don't see it.
I actually saw your post on Twitter of like, influential of the talking about Tool, and I was like, I'm also one of those people who just never gave it a second chance or even listened to it or anything, because I was like, I never had family members who listened to Tool. I wasn't close to anyone who listened to metal in general.
Like, I never heard Tool. Like, I've never even heard of Tool until I was in, like, after I graduated college. And
I think for me, it was like after high school. I think exactly after high school, someone's like, Tool's awesome. I'm like, who? Who?
Yeah.
Like, what Tool?
Yeah.
A wrench? What's good about a wrench?
What is the Tool?
I just typed best metal of, or I just typed in best metal of all time, and then Google gave me platinum. So fuck you, Google. So then I typed best metal band of all time, and the top 5, the ones that I would claim, like I would say maybe the Beatles of metal, Iron Maiden, which is very good.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Black Sabbath. There's a bunch here, like Pantera's on the list, Slipknot's on the list, Tool's on the list. Led Zeppelin is on the list, which I think is strange.
I think the only band that ever got me to go a little more into metal, and then finally another friend of mine opened my gates to metal more and more, was Limp Bizkit through high school.
Oh, god damn.
I saw this post the other day, and it was like socially conscious lyrics, best rapper of all time, heavy riffs, and it's like put your powers together, Limp Bizkit.
Yep. It's like, to be fair, it's like that probably was like my export. Like, I think friends have either shoved in my face metal and stuff like that, but of course I was a kind of a sheltered kid, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I heard it's bad shit. I don't know. But since I was getting older and start getting smarter about my decisions, I guess, like now I'm like, you know what? Let's see what the metal thing is about. And then literally everyone was listening to Linkin Park, and I was like, I'll see what about Linkin Park is. Oh, their album art is fantastic, and I listened to it. And
their music's actually pretty good. Like I know we all like joke about Linkin Park.
Their first album, pretty good. Remix album, still pretty good. Everything after that, I'm not sure.
Weirdly related, but recently, I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast. But recently, I joined a new social network called Amino.
Oh, yeah.
Amino?
Yeah. Okay. And in Amino...
It's like Discord's younger little sister who's obsessed with anime.
It's like a K-pop Discord.
Mm-hmm. Weird.
But you can join different like communities, and they kind of work like Discord servers, but they make a unique profile of your Amino that's specific to that community. And so I was like, what kind of communities should I join? The first one I saw was just called Metal, so I joined that one. And there was someone posted a poll, and it said, how did you get into metal? And the 4 responses were a friend or family, you stumbled across it on the internet, you joined this Amino server, or Enter Sandman by Metallica. And I was like, fuck you, it's Enter Sandman.
You felt so personally attacked by that.
I did. Because I was like, when I was in like grade 5 maybe, like I was a kid, I listened to like rock music. I listened to like Alice Cooper and Led Zeppelin, Van Halen, Kiss, AC/DC. Yeah. And my dad had this mix CD of music he used to like bump in the car, and there was like Ted Nugent was on there.
Oh God! Wow.
Yeah, there was like Cheap Trick was on there, all kinds of different bands, but there was also Enter Sandman by Metallica, and I thought that was the dopest song in the world.
You want to? Okay. So Metallica was my first metal band as well.
Yeah.
And Enter Sandman was technically my second song.
Oh, nice.
That
You
got me
broke
into
the
that.
mold.
But the thing is the reason why Enter Sandman became the second song is because we played it in band, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go listen to the song, and I fell in love with it. The first song I ever heard by Metallica is King Nothing.
That's a good song.
And then the third song, and this is the thing, like this is a trend for me. I've noticed. So it's like I find King Nothing, I went to Enter Sandman, and then I went to Nothing Else Matters, which is my favorite song. It's a slow, like I know it's not a lot of people like's favorite because it's so slow. It's out of sync for them.
Yeah.
Weird. But I love it because like I was sitting there like this is you can do that in a metal band. Oh boy. And then I fell into Sabaton and a bunch of other bands. Dragon Force, of course. Because everybody fell into Dragon Force at one point in time.
Yeah.
I'm still in Dragon Force. Their
I'm still
last
in
album
Dragon
was
Force.
really good.
Yeah.
Their last album was good. But that's the thing is but for me, like with Metallica, oh my god, like as I said, I played band in high school. We went to a church and played.
And you played Enter Sandman.
and
That's sick.
by the way, I was at a Catholic school, by the way. So we're sitting there, we're playing this song, and then we can just see the preacher in the back just nodding his head along with us, and we're like,
Nice.
and the teacher, and our teacher, Miss Mahood, was driving us back because we bussed there because it was a day concert, and we were gonna have a night concert later on where all parents would show up. But during the day, it was like a crowdfunding, like all the people out of class, all the people out of school, come to school, have a fun time, and we played a concert for them. And like some of the parents that showed up gave us concerned looks. Other ones were like, "Yeah, these people know how to have fun," and there are the few that are just like, "Is the Center of the Sandman?" Because I think the Center of the Sandman. Like we got the full range. But I still love the fact that the preacher was in the back of the room. Father, what's his name? Fuck, I don't even remember. Like the pastor, the preacher, the cardinal. It was a cardinal that was there, who was nodding his head. Like I was like, yes. And then Miss Mahood, for busting back, is just like, I don't think the preacher was too impressed that we were playing Enter the Sandman. And I was just like, I'm not going to make a comment. She can live with that thought. But oh man, like that's the reason why I got into metal. It's like from that was like the catalyst for going metal. I'd been listening to like after that I started listening to Sabaton, Dragon Force, and I listened to Hammerfall for a long time.
Yeah,
Hammerfall's good.
I didn't listen to much of them. I also listened to I listened to them before I got into metal, but that was because I was really into like Norse mythology when I started listening. That was that was Man of War. That's another band.
That's a good band too.
Even though I will straight up say this, they are the campiest motherfuckers ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like
it's power metal.
It's power metal. Every power metal band is campy as fuck unless you're really into them. Sabaton is my power metal band that I'm really into. They're campy as fuck, but I fucking love them. Like that's the thing is like every metal genre has their little shtick. Metallica's awesome, cool, but like, damn, some of their songs sound really, really similar to the point where you're like, are you sure this is a different song? We're sure not listening to King Nothing. No, this is
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yeah, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Are we sure we're listening to like there are some of the songs where like that you can tell like they almost have the exact same like beat, tempo, and musical composition. They're just just different enough to be noticeable, but it's really close.
Yeah, super close. Yeah.
Whereas, and I think that's like standard metal too. Like I'd say Metallica is like the defining thing for me with metal. Sabaton has their very powerful drums with their fantastic power axe.
Yep.
With their like bass, very tenor voice of the lead singer, Jorgen.
Yeah.
And that's how that's how I've noticed with a lot of power metal bands is like they have a very tenor voice or a very like heavy voice that is at the point. Good guitar and solid drums, but their bass is always lacking. Then you have their thrash metal. Oh my god, thrash metal! I will admit they have some of the best drummers in ever. because holy shit, they have to keep up. But oh my god, you can't listen to the lyrics because there's no lyrics.
It's very like, especially bands like Exodus and and Slayer.
But yeah, it was Slayer at our.
They're super like they're like high. Their lyrics, like their vocals are like kind of like higher pitched, and it's just like a wall of noise.
Yeah, I don't know. It's man, like the big thing that got me was fuck. What was it? We were listening to a. I went to the Sabaton. Jeff and Josh here.
Yeah.
And by the way, Sabaton's showing up as Shane knows in October, and I want him to come with.
I might just go.
I'm trying to get like this big group to go. I'm trying to convince Rory and I can convince Stefan to go as well. I'm trying to convince 2 of my friends to go as well.
I have to buy tickets too, but I don't know.
Because I have tickets to go see Twerp, as does Josh.
Yep.
And I'm not sure when exactly the Sabaton show is.
October 18th, and they used as you said that I think you have a week or 2 weeks later the other band.
Yeah. October 30th I think is Ginger. I really want to go see Ginger because it's their first time in Canada.
Yeah, actually, I saw a video of them posting a new song on their YouTube channel or whatever, and the head singer, I remember seeing her old music video of her singing her stuff, and I was like, oh, she looks like, very, not sure what the style is, but it's like she has the, cut hair, perfect. She has a bunch of tattoos on, but I'm like, oh, like this is the singer. That's pretty cool. She's, styling, and you see her now, she's like almost 95% tattoo. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm like shit. She's real hard. Damn.
As much as I love like bands who like their lead singer and stuff like that are like rocking tattoos, man, some of them go way too far.
Oh, I know. Like especially like there's some singers and stuff like that are like even face tattoos, and it's like, dude, do you have to go that far to get a face tattoo? Like, yeah, okay.
I actually one thing I noticed about the bands that Sabaton tends to play with, because I know the playlist for October 18th, which is Hammerfall, which is a fucking awesome setup. Hammerfall followed by Sabaton. Oh my god, that's great. The first concert I saw with them had Battle Beast and Leaves Eyes.
Mm-hmm. Those bands are both really sick. Battle Beast, I've been listening to like all of Battle Beast's discography. It's so fucking good.
Battle Beast was fucking solid. However, I loved Leaves Eyes because it's got a female singer and her voice was haunting. I was like, damn. And like, of course, there's also the band like Sonata Arctica.
Yeah.
And like the bands that I've noticed that Sabaton travels with, the lead singers tend to be very clean cut, very like prim proper. Even when they had, I think, Slayer as one of their openers, like Slayer's lead singer is like, even though he looks brutal, you don't see tattoos on him.
I think Slayer's lead singer is a Catholic pastor.
Maybe.
Because
I gotta check.
Yeah, I'm gonna check right now. I know he's an extremely like religious man. Tom Araya is his name. Because Tom Araya, he's super super religious. Tom Araya is Catholic. In an interview, he expressed a belief that, quote, Christ came and taught us about love, about doing unto others. That was his preach. Accept and love each other for who you are. Live peacefully and love one another. Mm-hmm. If he believes in God, I believe in his supreme being. Yeah, he's an all-loving God. So he writes, he sings and performs with Slayer. And just to make absolutely sure people don't forget, Slayer's logo is just 4 swords made to look like a pentagram.
Yeah.
They're about as satanic as they fucking come.
Sorry, Sabaton's the band that opened for Sabaton at Union Hall last year was Creator.
Yep.
Oh, Creator's even fucking more satanic.
Yeah. Oh, we noticed.
The freaking the first thing they said on their set was demons are gonna eat us, and I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
Creator's so good.
I just need to see of their lead singer. I just can't remember what his name. Like I need to see. Like I think their lead. Like none of them. I don't think any of them have
what's his
tattoos
name?
either. Which is really nice.
Mike Petroza is his name.
Yeah, there we go. He does. Yeah, like he does have some tattoos, but they're not even all that bad. They're like
No, they're pretty simple.
They're very simple, very basic, very tame compared to
Tatiana over here and Ginger.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Like I actually noticed that like a lot of bands that I like. Sorry, Powerwolf.
Fucking Behemoth.
I don't listen to Behemoth. I should, but I don't.
It's pretty crazy. It's like a 9 on the intensity scale.
Yeah. I listen to Guardian. No. Yeah.
Blind Guardian.
Yeah, Blind Guardian. There we go. That's another band. That's another band that's really good. That's not power metal. Though. That's folk metal.
It's folk. Yeah.
Just like how Tessaria is also technically folk metal. There's also Tyr. Tyr is a weird mix of folk metal and power metal. I love it though. Yeah. I have to link you a song, Shane, because holy fuck.
Oh, I've listened to Tyr.
Have you listened to the Mayor of My Night?
No.
Oh my god, I gotta link you the lyrical song, the lyrical video for that because holy shit, dude. You need to read the lyrics as you're listening to it too, because it's like this is on an album that is not rated R.
Good.
But yeah, no, like a lot of the bands like have like really crisp, clean, like a lot of the bands like a lot of crisp, clean looks, and I love that about a lot of the metal bands because like you, with the exception of I think like thrash and what's the other group? Like they're one of the big another one of the groups that have like huge mosh pits constantly.
I have a bit of a hypothesis that people who are in metal bands are just giant nerds, just like every other metal band fan.
No way.
What? No way. Have you not heard of Blind Guardian's album that is literally just Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I know. Like every
Blind
time
Guardian wrote the song for Dwarves, the game.
Yep.
Freaking anytime I play any power metal or I think Static X I have on my cell phone, like I just play that shit. I just keep thinking Magic the Gathering cards in my head over and over and over. And I'm like, fuck, why does this happen every freaking time? Just like I just think of the landscapes and I'm thinking of like all these freaking weird monster things, and I'm like, yeah, that's Magic the Gathering. Frick. But yeah, like I just hypothesize like they're just aiming for the nerd crowd real hard because they're the ones willing to pony up for some expensive T-shirts, and they're like, "Yeah, we got these nerd fucks. Yeah, let's do this."
Yeah, they already buy fucking graphic tees all the time, anyways.
Exactly, it's perfect for these douchebags.
I actually really love a lot of the metal bands graphic tees and stuff like that. I love the designs of all the band like logos and stuff like that.
Crater was real good.
The bundle of stick genre, like we like to call it.
Yeah.
Are we done podcasting?
No, we're not done. We're just rambling about music. Come on, Jeff. Get into it.
Come on.
What metal bands do you like?
I would like to give an extra special shout out to. I need to grab this man's name. He is in a band called As I Lay Dying.
Oh my god.
He is a singer. His name is Tim Lambesis, and Tim Lambesis started his own side project called Austrian Death Machine.
Yep, I know exactly.
Which is a death metal band, but every single song is based off of a quote from Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god.
And so some of my favorite songs are Crom, I Hope You Leave Enough Room for My Fist, Chill Out Dickwad. What was the other one? I'm Not a Pervert.
Yeah.
He also has a Christmas album.
Of course he does. Because why wouldn't Arnold Schwarzenegger do a Christmas movie or two?
He did.
No,
Three.
I mean, I was just saying
three Christmas movies.
He did 3. I think of the first. I know the first
He did
one.
Jingle All the Ways. He did the one where he had to get the like that one where it's like the kids all wanted that same superpower kid character.
I thought that was Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, that was Jingle All the Way.
Was it? I thought it was something else.
No, that's the movie.
I actually want to double check because Okay, yeah, it is. Fuck, wow. I know he was in at least 2 more. I'm gonna actually look this up now.
I was gonna say, like, you can make at least one album about Christmas. I'm not sure about multiple because I don't think he's done very much.
He made 2 Christmas like EPs.
Yeah, okay, that's why.
One was called Very Brutal Christmas, and the other one was just called Jingle All the Way.
Yeah. Oh, there's technically Jingle All the Way too as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't him. Yeah, it wasn't him though.
That has Larry the Cable Guy. Yep.
Yeah, I fucking thought so.
Because it's about him trying to get the bear from the girl. It's the same plot over again, but instead it's like this.
Of course,
the stepfather who wants to like keep the kid away from the dad.
Ah.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I need some links for metal because I'm like, I gotta listen to that shit now.
I'm on a binge now.
Yeah, Josh, listen to Tear. Tear's really good.
How do you spell it?
It's right there in chat.
I mean, the first, like, T-Y-A-R?
T-Y-R.
T-Y-R.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I'm
the god named God, the god of justice, the god of war, the Norse god, Tyr.
Did I ever tell you guys the gas station theory?
Go for it.
I think this is where we'll end the podcast with the gas station theory. So, a friend of mine who listens to a lot of like metalcore, he was listening to like North Lane and Era, those kind of bands. And one day he posted on Twitter and he's like, "There's only so much my mortal body can take before I need to absorb more prog." And so he just listened to prog rock for like 8 straight hours. He would just listen to like Periphery and shit. And we came up with this theory that we call it the gas station theory, is that when you listen to a song, it has like, you know, a simple beat, and it makes you dumb because it's a simple song. And so you spend a little bit of your brain to listen to this song, and once you've lost all your brain and you're stupid, you have to listen to prog, and it fills your brain with big thinks.
Big thunks?
Yeah, it gives you the big old thonks. And so me and him both made a playlist called The Gas Station, which just is all prog. So like all the Tool songs that I like, they go in the gas station. Carnival, Rush, Hawken, it goes in the gas station. Anything that's like complex, I have like Unleash the Archers. I've got Mechana in there, Starkill, Symphony X, Dream Theater.
Oh my god, that one you need to link me. I like the sound of that band. I want to see what the song is now.
What, Symphony X?
No, not Symphony X. The one right before it, Starkiller.
Starkill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just put out a new album. It's really dope.
You have to just link it to me in DMs. I'll listen to it. Yeah. Oh my god.
Grab that. That's a pretty sick song.
I love the fact that you're just like the gas station. I like the idea of this fucking playlist now.
I do like how half of them are wearing video game shirts and the other one is wearing Japanese shirts.
They did a cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey.
Oh my god.
And the drummer was wearing the exact same Shy Guy shirt. And the one guy was wearing like a black metal t-shirt. And the other guy was wearing another black metal t-shirt, but it was for Celine Dion.
Oh my god.
That made me fucking laugh.
Perfect.
All right. I think we're done with the podcast, though. I think we're just now rambling, and Jeff's like, I want to go to bed. I need to walk my dog and my suffering child.
Okay. Thank you for listening to Black Mind Podcast, episode 211. This week. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmindgames.podbean.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes or your podcasting app of choice. Good night.
Night. And